There is a way to build $1 million real estate portfolio while you're still wearing your uniform. And this is using a tool that you've already earned, and that's a VA loan. Most people in the military will PCS 5, 6, 7 times and either live in base housing or rent the entire time and never use their VA loan. A small percentage will buy a home at each duty station, sell it, buy it at the next one, sell it, buy it at the next one. But a very, very, very small percentage will use the VA loan to its maximum potential and will retire with 4, 5, even 6 homes under their portfolio with actual wealth worth over $1 million. Retiring with not only a pension, potentially VA disability, but over $1 million of cash flowing properties, all zero down. Every PCS isn't just a move, it's a chance to acquire another property with zero down. And this is a mindset change you need to think about. You should be excited every time you get orders because another chance to buy another home using a VA loans benefits with zero down. But the difference that you're going to do between most is you're going to keep every home that you buy until you retire, and you're going to build a real portfolio of homes. The one rule that makes it work is occupancy and entitlement. So what you're going to do at your first duty station is buy a home with zero down, occupy it for at least 12 months because that's required by VA loans. When you get your orders to your next duty station, you're going to rent that home out and buy another home at your next duty station. And we're going to use the rent from your first income to offset the mortgage. And you're going to repeat this over and over again until you use up all your entitlement. And there'll be another strategy after that to keep going. So let's do the math station by station. At station number 1, you're going to buy a home, probably around $300,000, depending on where you are, zero down, live in for a year, get your orders to your next duty station. And then the difference that you're going to do between most is you're going to put a tenant in it instead of selling it. So the tenant is now paying your mortgage for you, and you're going to buy another home at your next duty station, again, zero down, using your housing allowance to pay for that. Station 3, you're going to do it again. So now you've got 2 rental properties, both being paid by tenants, and now you're going to buy a third home, again with zero down. After 10 to 15 years, you have over $1 million worth of real estate in your portfolio. All of them are appreciating, and all the mortgages are being paid down by the tenants. The fuel behind this is the entitlement, and that determines how many times you can run this play. What most people think is that you can only use a VA loan one time, or you can only own one home at a time with a VA loan, and that's absolutely not true. You still have second-tier entitlement, and this lets you buy another home again without paying off the first home, especially in higher cost areas. Every home that you buy eats up a bit more of your entitlement, and at some point you will run out. But that doesn't mean that your investing is over. It means that we need to use your one-time restoration, which typically means refinancing one of your first properties into a conventional loan and restoring your entitlement with the one-time restoration so you can buy another home zero down with a VA loan. So running out of entitlement isn't always permanent. And on top of that, every year, the VA loan entitlement goes up. The mistakes that most people make that stalls their strategy, the biggest one is selling every time you move. So it's very easy to fall into this trap. You'll buy a home for $300,000. You'll be at that duty station for 2 or 3 years. You've seen that house has now gone up to $370,000, $380,000. So it seems like a great idea to cash out, take that money and run, apply it to the next home, maybe buy a more expensive one at the next one. But what you're missing is the long-term play on this. You want to keep that house, rent it out, let that appreciation keep going up and put a tenant in there to pay that mortgage down. So 2 engines are working to build you wealth. The tenant is paying down your mortgage and the house is appreciating over time. The second mistake that people make is they buy something that won't rent. When you're buying your homes, you have to go in with a landlord mindset. You're not buying your dream home. You're buying investment properties at every step of the way. So every time you look at a home, you want to look at that home, you want to analyze the rent, and you want to make sure that it's going to rent and it's going to cover your mortgage. Otherwise, you're going to be losing money and you'll have a much harder time implementing this strategy. Number 3 is mismanaging occupancy. You have to genuinely live in the home, in each home first, and that's what keeps it legitimate and not fraud. If you buy a home with a VA loan and you live in it for less than 12 months, there are exceptions to this rule, but in general, if you buy a home with a home zero down VA loan live in it for 3 or 4 months, move out and do it again, you've committed what's called occupancy fraud, which is big, big, big trouble. Mistake number 4, not tracking entitlement. People guess, people make an offer, and then they can't close. You have to know your numbers every step of the way. So you always want to know how much entitlement you have left. And this is an ongoing strategy because every single year, entitlement goes up a little bit more. So you want to always know what that window is, how much room you still have to play to buy your next home at every step. You've earned this benefit, so let's use it to build something. That VA loan can build you wealth beyond your dreams. After a 20-year career in the military, you can leave the military with your retirement, VA disability, hopefully not, but potentially, and rental income from 4 or 5 properties. But what you're missing on top of that is not just the rental income, it's the actual wealth that you've built. Over that span of 15 or 20 years, you've bought multiple homes that values have gone up 5 or 6% every single year. And the principal of your mortgage being paid down every single year from the tenants and built actual wealth. So after a 20-year career, it is very, very realistic to retire as a millionaire and never have to work a day in your life. If this is something that you're interested in, click the link below and schedule a call with me and we can talk about your specific scenario. We've also created a VA homebuyer playbook which outlines this strategy as well as a lot of other ones that we have come up with. And if you're ready to go right now, you can also see our application links. We can get you started. Comment below if you have any questions and I'll happily answer them, and follow us for more and subscribe. We'll be putting out videos every single week of more stuff like this to help you build wealth in real estate.